Today's Spotlight is brought to you in part by presenting sponsor, First Community Financial Bank, the community bank where you come first. You're watching Spotlight, and today I'm joined by Brittany Sterling and Tricia Fragan of Basic Dignities. So welcome to the set.
Hi, thank you.
Thank you.
We're excited because this is the first time we've talked to you about this entirely new organization, so we're excited to hear about it. And Tricia, I'm going to start with you. How did it get started?
Well, we are very new, and part of the way it got started is I turned 50 this year.
Okay, congratulations.
Thank you very much. I worked hard to get here. Traditionally for my birthday, I run away from home. I do something that I've never done before and something that scares me a little bit. But because this was 50, I wanted to do something a little bigger and a little more important than what I've ever done before. And so I was thinking about a way that I could make an impact to a lot of people in a very special way. And I was thinking about the fact that I met this fabulous environmental engineer who specializes in water and said, well, maybe she'd be interested in working with me. So we met up and I launched my idea, and Brittany had actually already done a water project in Kenya before, so she has background and experience with this. And we talked about what that was like, and we talked about some of the different opportunities that might be out there, and decided that yes, we were going to go ahead and we were going to make this happen one way or another.
Okay, so you guys got together. I think that I did a lot less exciting of a thing on my 50th, so I'm just going to say good for you, good for you. Talk a little bit about the project, because we've talked about is water, but tell us about your first project.
So our first project is for a fishing village in Uganda, a town called Kisimi, that has 1,950 people in the village. Almost 80% of them are youth. Basically, the AIDS epidemic wiped out the adult population, and then kids started having families younger. So the whole community is very young. In fact, the life expectancy is only 54 years old.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm almost done.
Yeah.
So before I end my life.
Before you go.
Right.
And right now they're getting their water out of Lake Victoria, which is one of the most disgusting lakes in the world. And not only is it full of all kinds of parasites that can kill you from the inside out, it also has crocodiles.
Not good.
Which have been known to go after young people,
Sure.
especially at dawn and at twilight when they go down to fetch water.
Right.
So one way or another, drinking water out of Lake Victoria is a very, very bad choice.
Right. Somewhat dangerous, one might say.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we actually found an organization in Uganda that we could partner with, because we couldn't find an appropriate organization in the United States that would allow us to do the things we wanted to do. And we are going to work with them to bring a solar-powered pumping and filtration system.
Okay. Now, Brittany, you're the expert in this arena, so talk to us a little bit about the system that you're looking to take to this village.
Sure. So what we're looking at is a deep well system, and so we're going to use a pump, solar-powered pump. A lot of these places don't have they don't have power all the time, and so we wanted something where we can make sure this is going to they're going to be able to access water at all times. So again, installing a solar-powered pump will pump water out of a deep well. The key with the deep well is that it'll contact the aquifer, which is kind of like a sealed like bubble of water under the earth, and so there's no bacteria contamination, there's no contamination from any kind of like fecal matter or E. coli or a lot of the issues that Lake Victoria has. So we'll use that pump, and we'll pump into a large storage system, and we'll install some kind of small chlorination system to make sure that we get the disinfection that we need in case there was some kind of bacteria anywhere. The water that'll be coming out of the tank will be disinfected and clean and ready to drink.
That's quite amazing. So now this is what you've studied. This is your whole life.
Yes.
The solar part's very interesting, because there's the hand pumping, and
Yes.
you're going to tell me a little bit about maybe why this system is better than the hand pumping. But the whole notion of using solar power, very green,
Yes.
and very appropriate for that part of the world, right?
Yes. Yeah. So, when you're comparing different systems, one of the great things about this one is, that the solar power makes it a more sustainable option, so that if you don't have power at the site, you can still get water, and you're not relying on human work to get the water. Hand pumps are great. I think one of the issues with them is it is a lot of work, and also if they break, there's not necessarily parts right there for them to fix it, or if the people in the community aren't educated on how to maintain the system and how to fix it, a lot of times they just kind of just fall apart, and then you have this great well with water that you don't have access to.
Okay.
So part of our system will be educating the community both on when we use clean water, what this water is for, and how to maintain health and sanitation. Our partner organization, Press Aid Uganda, will also be providing a year of support to make sure they understand how to maintain and protect their system so that it is completely sustainable.
Yeah, and I think that's so important, right? When you do these kinds of projects, that it's nice for the time that you're there, but you want it to constantly be sustainable.
Right. We don't want to put a system in that's only going to last 1 or 2 years. We want something that they're going to be able to use, for as long as possible. So, people are putting a lot of time and a lot of money into this, and we want to make sure that it's something that's really going to impact the community.
And what is kind of the expected life cycle of something like this? I mean, how does that work?
It depends a lot on the maintenance of the pump and the equipment. With something like this, we're going to use a lot of PVC. That can last 20, 30 years. And so we're hoping that, they'll, with the year-long training program and some of the other sustainable things we're going to do, that this is going to last them a long time, and they'll learn how to maintain it, and they'll have running, clean water for a while.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Hopefully by the time it breaks down, there will be other systems in place and nobody will need to worry about such things.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah.
That would be super nice. Let's put ourselves all out of business. That's always the goal,
exactly.
right? Absolutely. Now, what's next, Tricia, for Basic Dignities?
Well, once we really are focusing on doing one project at a time. So right now we are very focused on the water project. However, our mission allows us to work on anything that we consider part of the basic dignities, which to me are access to clean water, to health care, to basic education, to food and shelter. So I know I have an awesome nursing student who would very much like to join us on a project to work with Syrian refugees in Jordan, where it's been a massive problem for a very, very long time. We will look at some domestic projects as well. There are need for water projects in the Appalachians, sad enough to say.
So not just international, domestic as well, right? And what I like that you said is that you're going to focus on one project at a time, but what it sounds like is it's not necessarily the same project over and over.
Right.
Okay. Now, how could the viewers get involved? What could they do to be useful to the two of you?
Sure. So one of the big things right now, obviously, is we're looking for funding. So if anybody wants to make a donation, we would love to, go on our website. You can make a donation through there, or you can mail us a check. Also, we're still new, we were just founded this year, and so any kind of publicity we think is great for us. And so if you want to go on our Facebook page, like things, share our posts, we would absolutely love that. Go check out our website, tell your friends about it. So,
Tricia, anything to add?
We're starting to apply for grants. So if anybody is connected to an organization that might be willing to provide grants or do a sponsorship for a project like this, we'd be thrilled to hear from you, to use that connection. And down the road, if there's a project that other people are interested in and seeing happen, and they have the expertise to share with us to help make it happen, we are definitely open to having cool and interesting people join our association and help us make the future better for a lot more people.
Well, wonderful. Well, what a great gift that you've given and good work that you're doing. So thank you for stopping by. And if you would like to learn more about how you can help Basic Dignities provide access to clean water, appropriate clothing and shelter, a basic education, food and health care for communities both at home and abroad, please visit their website. We're going to take a quick break, but stay with us. We're coming right back with more Spotlight.